Hi, this is a video on COVID-19 and the stars. Let us not get into why it happened or what it happened and what were the international scenes and why did it happen in India. Let's get to what I see astrologically. Astrologically, I see two very important planets in one place, Mars and Saturn. Mars and Saturn are together in Capricorn. Capricorn itself is a hollow kind of a sign which is ruled by Saturn. So Saturn is extremely strong there, and it is also the exaltation sign of Mars and the debilitation sign of Jupiter. We should remember it's the debilitation sign of Jupiter. Now, what happens here is that till the time, as for my Bhrigunari predictions and my Bhrigunari astrology goes, till the time Saturn is behind Mars, it's going to be a problem because Mars denotes diseases, Mars denotes aggression, Mars denotes a lot of things which it aggravates, and Saturn, on the other hand, denotes issues like what is happening today. Things like COVID-19, things like spreading of the disease, etc. So actually, Mars is giving is Saturn is not letting Mars move ahead. Mars is a planet, fiery planet, which can do cure here. So Mars is not letting Saturn move. Saturn is not letting Mars move ahead, and this would only happen after. If I look at this thing, it happens around first. Mars and Saturn really nearly come on the same degree. So this is the most till first the period is very bad because there is a kind of a war between Mars and Saturn, which is extremely bad. Till first is very bad, and second it moves 1 degree. 1 degree will not make any difference because again it's a kind of a planetary war. It is only when Mars comes to about 14 degrees to 15 degrees, which is by 15th of April, that we can see things becoming a little better. And Mars moves ahead of Saturn, so it gives its Mars is a good planet. It's Mangal karta hai. So it gives its energy to Saturn, moves ahead, and when it completely moves out of the orb, that is the 7 degree orb, then it would start, things would start becoming better as far as I am concerned. Mars and Saturn being in the seventh house, and whenever you have, I've seen an exalted planet and Mars and Saturn together in the seventh house. Seventh house is also also denotes trade, business, etc. It will create a temporary setback, but again, I feel that as soon as Mars goes away from the sign, it will be better. Now, what happens is Jupiter comes in the sign of Capricorn, but remember, it is a debilitation sign of Jupiter. So, Jupiter's debilitation sign would mean that, it is unable to do, it doesn't have the same capacity of, it's not very powerful. It's a debilitation sign, but it would provide some kind of a, positivity in the whole thing. There would be something which, things, all the measures which are being taken would start working and becoming better. And Jupiter, of course, moves very slowly, and it's only in the month of May. May, it is only in the month of May 5th or so that Mars gets into Aquarius. But whenever Mars gets into Aquarius, it is in the same sign of Saturn. So if you have two houses, Agal Bagal, and they're two, when the planet goes there, it will, the Saturn has control over it. And Saturn being again at about 7 to 8 degrees. So when Mars is ahead by about 8 degrees, it comes to about, in Aquarius, it comes to about 12, 13 degrees, that is 29th May. 29th May, things would, be on a better or a better change. And, I would, let's say, if you take it very optimistically, I would say 15th May. But, it would be around about 20th May or so when you would see things getting into a better mode. If you look at Sun gets into Aries that is its exalted sign, in the month of April, and that is around 14th April, 15th April. But remember, it has to always cross the orb. I mean, here Saturn is the problem, which is creating the problem, and Saturn is fluctuating at 6 to 8 degrees. So till the time, I mean, it doesn't cross that 8-degree orb. And of course, when I look at it, I also take nakshatra and padas into consideration, which you are not taking into consideration. So when it crosses that orb, which is again in the month of around 1st of May, the sun becomes much better, and around the end of April and starting of May. That is the time when sun becomes better. Jupiter becomes in retrograde in Capricorn, so a debilitated planet. When it becomes strong, then it gives its energy to a lot of other houses also. So I will not go into the details of how it gives energy to a lot of other houses. So when it becomes, and that also happens around 15th May. So I see things happening in a better thing only after 15th May. It is also that Rahu also moves and becomes about 5 to 4 degrees around 15th May. So they are all, for me, Saturn becomes the central planet, and the degrees of Saturn become very important for me. So as soon as Mars, or goes above the orb of Saturn, outside the orb of Saturn, I have said that things will start becoming better, and that would be around about the end of April. Betterment after till about 15th of April. Betterment after the end of May, and 15th May, when when you see Jupiter becoming retrograde, Rahu also getting outside the orb of Saturn, Saturn itself becoming retrograde after 12th of May, and Saturn, when it becomes retrograde in Capricorn, it has a lot of other implications, because then it also looks at the sign of Sagittarius, and Sagittarius in the natural zodiac sign is actually the sign of luck, divinity. So that is the time when actual luck would come, which will be there, and Sun also starts giving its results around that time in Aries. Mercury and Venus are important, and Mercury and Venus are important, very important planets for daily functioning and for daily things. They're very important. So till the time Mercury is in Aquarius, I don't see things happening well, because my same fundamentally thing is, it is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is the depositor of Mercury. So Saturn has the power of Mercury. So Saturn is also communicating the disease very fast. It is only when Mercury comes into Aquarius, and that is in 6th of May, and it again gets out of the orb of Saturn in around 15th of May. That again things becoming better. Venus is in Taurus, which is again a very good sign. It's a good sign. It's a sign which gives prosperity and a lot of good things. So, but it becomes retrograde for some time, and when it is in Taurus, which is again is a positive sign. So all the planets, if I take them into consideration, things would only become better after the period of 15th May. That is the light in the tunnel, and then in a period of about a month, that is about 15th May to the end of June, would be a period when when things would start coming to normal. There will be some issues, some problems will be there, and things will be only better when Mars comes into Pisces. That is 1st of July. So it is 1st of July. Till that time, this issue will be there in the horizon. But I've explained to you how things are. Saturn is at 8 degree, 6 degree to 7 degree. So Mars, when it crosses it in the month of 1st of April. So that is the time when the conjunction is there and the explosion will be there. from 1st April to around about 5th April is not a great time. After 5th April to 15th April, a comparative betterment would be there. 15th April onwards, also, if you look at Mercury, which is the depositor of which Saturn is a depositor of Mercury at this time. It is not very good. It is only when Mercury gets into Pisces, which is in 15th of May. Sun again becomes good. Sun is a planet which gives vitality. So, people would get, there would be a period when people will start feeling better, start feeling good. So that also happens around 15th of 15th of April, and then goes on till 15th of May. Rahu gets out of the orb of Saturn 6, 7 degrees, 5 degrees only after 15th May. Jupiter becomes retrograde on 15th May. Saturn also helps. So 15th May, after 15th May, things would be better, while a certain amount of betterment, being optimistically, would come after the month of April, after the month of 15th April. Some betterment will happen, but actual betterment would happen after, it will continue till about 15th of June. The fear of COVID-19, the increase, the decrease, etc., etc. And it's only when Mars gets completely outside outside Aquarius. I mean, there is a theory behind it, and that would be only in the month of July that one can say that things are better. Yes, after 15th of May, Jupiter and Saturn also help each other. Saturn becomes retrograde, Jupiter becomes retrograde. So after 15th May, luck is on your side. Medicines would start working, or whatever actions are being taken by the government, that would start happening. And it's only after, by about 15th of June or so, that things would be, on a little, I see the white light. Until July, it will be a thing well controlled by the end of July. So my net is betterment after 5th April, explosion till about 5th to 7th April. I mean, 5th to 7th April, and is an explosion. Little curtailment 15th April, 15th April to 15th May. Ups and downs, betterment. 15th, after 15th May, things would be good. I mean, some normal life would start, but the whole issue will continue till the end of June or mid of July. So that's my take on this COVID-19 as per the charts. I've also taken Mercury into consideration, Sun, and Venus is good. It'll keep it will not create chaos. But Saturn and this Mercury, till the time it is in Aquarius, all these people, there is going to be a kind of a communication gap. There is going to be some miscommunications will also be there. Things to that effect, and that will be there till about 15th of May. It is only 15th of April. It's only when Mercury gets out of Aquarius that things would be better. And in terms of we see people going out and issues happening of that sort. So that would be only when Mercury is out of only when Mercury is out of Aquarius, and Mercury is out of Aquarius, and that is only after 7th of April. So again, 15th April or so, this kind of this chaos would be a little better. But so that's my take. So my take is 15th April till 7th April, surge, reduction by 15th April, betterment till 15th May, slow and steady, nothing great about it. After 15th May will be good. Things would be, normal only after 30th of June. Thanks and bye for now.